Hello there. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to this week's Facebook Live. I am Shalini Joshi Amdagni, founder of magicalpainfreeliving.com. So I'm an international physical and emotional pain relief expert, and I help people who are feeling stuck in physical pain, emotional pain, mental pain, feel free from that pain and move forward with their life, feeling peace and clarity. And I'm doing these Facebook Lives every Thursday right now at this time, 11 o'clock. And each time we're picking a different topic that I share with you, and I share tips and tools and strategies that can help you move out of the pain to living a life of more peace and clarity and a lot of magic. So the topic today is your body doesn't lie, and healing by listening to your body. So for those of you who are here, welcome. And if you are going to be watching this on replay, which is most people, welcome again. Do pop in, say hello, let me know where you're hanging out from, and why this topic is interesting to you. So this is a topic that's really dear to me. It's how I started on this journey 11 years ago. And one of the things that I know for sure is that your body doesn't lie. And I'm thinking of Wonder Woman's lasso of truth. How she uses this rope to get the truth out of whoever, right? If they want the truth, they wrap this lasso around them. But you don't need to do that with your body, and you can, with deep listening, you can begin to have better communication and better understand your body, and begin that healing, because healing means to become whole. And so you can never heal completely if you just pop the medicines and you do the surgery and you take the pills and you take the antibiotics, and that's all wonderful and great, but that's not true healing, right? So you want to heal your body in a holistic way, and that's what I'm here to share today about. So we'll be looking at a few stories that I'm going to be sharing with you. We will look at some self-diagnostic tools, some ways that you can just diagnose what's going on with you anytime, anywhere. You don't need fancy equipment. So I'll be sharing that, and then we will be looking at how you can join the conversation with your body, like how you can begin to listen to the messages and how you can join the conversation instead of ignoring what your body is saying, just looking at the symptoms and saying, okay, I need to rush to the pharmacy, get the medicines, go to the doctor, and all that stuff. So how you can begin to have a conversation with your body, and then also sharing with you tips on how you can heal your body. Okay, so that's what's coming up. I don't know what's going on with my screen today, because I just see green and gray blobs. I don't know who's here. I know some people are here, but I have no clue who you are because I don't see it on my screen. So anyway, your body doesn't lie, and I wanted to share with you 3 stories. So one of them is a very recent one, and I call it the Audition Cold. So my daughter, it's back to school here, and my daughter is, she's into drama and musicals and theaters and all that stuff. And so coming close to the audition date, actually today is also the second audition, she started having a cold and a cough. And, she said, Mom, I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous about this audition. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I don't know why. I don't know why I have this cold, and why I'm having this thing in my throat. And she said, I'm not sick. I just feel off in my throat. And so my favorite, phrase to her is, Ria, your body doesn't lie, right? And obviously, if you think about it, if you had the choice to create the life that you want, to create the kind of day that you want, would you do it by having this cold and cough and moving forward with that kind of energy? No, of course not, right? So if you are not doing this by choice, right, you would never do that by choice, then it is happening as a reaction to something that's going on in your subconscious mind, right? And of course, we don't tend to think this way. We haven't been taught to think this way. And so we think, oh, where did this cold and cough come from? Maybe it's the weather, maybe it's the, whatever. We blame the outside circumstances, which can aggravate the issue, but I believe it's not the real cause, right? From the root cause of your issues. And so so she has this cough and cold, and she thinks it's come out of nowhere, even though we've been doing this tapping for a long time. But she's thinking, I'm not scared, I'm okay, I'm feeling good, but I don't know why I have this cough and cold. And your body is always communicating to you and letting you know something that's going on with you. It's not about the outside. Okay, so obviously there was some fear, there was some worry, there was something going on inside of her, right, which was creating this cough and cold right next to the time that the auditions were going to happen. So, if you choose not to listen to your body, and if you just go and run and get the medicine, that's great. Like, it still helps, but it's not the cause. Another story is from a while, there was a client, she was a Pilate teacher here in Bangkok. And she came to me because she'd been having these mysterious stomach cramps, right? And she practices Pilate, and she said, Shalini, I don't know. I have these mysterious stomach cramps, and I do Pilate and I do all of these things, but then I feel like, why do I have these cramps? And as we dug a little bit deeper, she told me that, many years ago, she had had a surgery, a stomach surgery, and the cramps had disappeared for a while. But so many years later, here they are again. She was in London before, now she's here in Thailand, and she's having these stomach cramps, and they were really strong enough that they were interfering in her daily life. And as we went backward, digging deeper, because the body doesn't lie. It's not a mysterious cramp. Your body is divine intelligence. Your body knows what to do, how to do it, when to do it. You don't have to worry if your bladder is working fine, or your liver is doing its job, or the kidneys are doing their stuff, right? You don't worry about it. You just go about your day. So the body knows what to do, and it's only when we do something without, consciously or subconsciously, that gets in the way of our natural well-being. And so when, I was questioning her about this operation, and I said, okay, so this operation happened 7 years ago or something. What was the stress in your life? What was the biggest stress in your life that time? What was something that stands out in your memory that was going on at that time, even before that operation? And suddenly she was all choked up, right? And she started having this heaviness in her chest, and the stomach cramp was beginning to have this throbbing sensation. And so turns out that, many years ago when she was in the university and she was living with, how these kids in the university, they share a house, and during exams, one of the girls, I don't know if it was a girl or a boy, committed suicide and fell, and there was this whole story, and nobody ever spoke about it, and everybody left that house where they used to share all the rooms, and nobody ever spoke about it. A few months later, she has the stomach cramp problem, and she gets the surgery done, and many years have gone by, and now she's here in Bangkok, Thailand, and she has mysterious stomach cramps. And as we began to address that stress, that trauma that had been lodged in her system, the surgery cannot take away your trauma. The operation cannot take away those feelings that are lodged in your body, right? And healing began to happen. Another, client, she was back then a yoga teacher for 10 years, and she came because she had lower back pain, and she's like, I don't know what's going on. I'm a yoga teacher for 10 years. I never had these back pains, and now suddenly I have these back pains. And I'm, doing all the asanas, and something's just it's not going away. And as we dug a little bit deeper, right, because the body doesn't lie, it's telling you something about you. And we tend to see the body as separate, the mind as separate, and everything else that's going on in our lives as not interconnected, but as separate. And so as we started asking deeper questions, what was going on with her work, what was going on in her life, and what happened was that, she was a yoga teacher at a center which closed down, and now she was kind of out of job, and she didn't know where to go, and she was very unhappy, and she was very sad, and people were saying, why don't you try this job, why don't you take family and friends were saying you can join our business. But she's a yoga teacher, and she wanted to do yoga, and she was so lost and so confused and so sad and clueless, right, how to move forward now that the yoga center is closed down. And that was really stressing her out, and that was the lower back pain. And so as we began to work on those issues, the lower back pain was gone. So your body is always telling you, giving you signs, giving you information, sending you these text messages. Every part of your body, when it's speaking, you want to listen, because your body is not isolated from what's going on around you. I have this little diagram here, see? So that's you, and then there's your physical environment, then there's your family, your work, your religion, your yourself, how you think about yourself, your co-workers, your social life, the media, the networks, the websites. Everything is interconnected. And if you are going to have a symptom, and all you want to do is, okay, I have this cold, let me pop that pill. Okay, I have this headache for 3 days, rush to the doctor, get the pill. And that kind of attitude, then you're going to miss this beautiful relationship that you can have with your body. And look, your most important relationship is with your body. It's this vehicle in which you're going to move around in your life till you die. I mean, is there any other relationship that is more important? So isn't it worth it to begin to develop some kind of a relationship with your body, and your body speaking through symptoms, through signs? And generally we tend to just ignore it because we haven't been taught to pay attention to it, right? And so we don't think that something that's going on in my home, something that's going on in my family, something that's going on in my finances could have anything to do with my disease, my sickness, my symptoms, my health, which is completely absurd. But we haven't been taught to think this way, and it's not our fault, but there's always a place you can begin, right? So what are some simple ways that you can begin to listen to the messages, the symptoms from your body? And I have these, what I'm calling self-diagnostic tools that you can use anytime, anywhere, no matter where you are, 24/7, right? And 3 things: ears, eyes, touch, right? Ears, eyes, even nose, right? So you want to, these are your self-diagnostic tools. So you can say, what am I seeing, right? What am I seeing that's going on in my life? What am I feeling? What am I listening to, right? So these are ways that you can begin to develop a relationship with you. And some of the questions that you can ask yourself is what, where, how, when. So next time you have a symptom, instead of saying, oh, I have this headache, okay, out to get the, what is it, the Tylenol, or let's pop this medicine. Yeah, I have it in my drawer, pop it in, bye-bye headache, and it's gone, right? That's one way, but I'm inviting you to have a relationship with your body, okay? And I'm inviting you to say, okay, what's going on with me? Number one, where is it? Where is it located? Is it my throat? Is it my neck? Is it my head? Is it my foot? Is it my knee? Location, right? Because the location of your symptom gives a clue, really. If it's the neck, it's a different clue. If it's the foot, it's a different clue. If it's the throat, that's a different message, right? It's not all the same message, but the uniform message is, hey, pay attention, listen. There's something going on with you. Something needs attention. Okay, that's the message. But each part has a different leaves different clues, is trying to give you. It's like you have to decode the language of your body. Okay, so number one is what's going on with me, right? Number two is where is it happening? Where is it located? And then how long has this been going on? Is it something that's recurring? Is it just today? Is it been going on for months? Is it something that's been going on all my life? Yes, there are people who have issues that have been going on all their lives, or they'll say, as far as I can remember. So you want to ask yourself these questions, and that's a way to kind of diagnose what's going on with you. And also, because the body's been speaking to you for a long time, right? So you want to pay attention to that. And how long, and like when did it start? When did this thing that's going on with me, when did it start? So these are some wonderful questions, right, that can help you get started. Because usually people look at their symptoms and they're conditioned to do something, go out there and fix it, right? Take the injection, take the syrup, put the balm, take the pill, take the antibiotic, go to the doctor, get the surgery, and on and on and on. And I have been guilty of it too. And I'm not saying don't go, but I'm saying develop a relationship with your body, because it is giving you clues. And these are some of the ways that you can begin to, how the doctor takes and has this intake form. Well, that's your intake form for yourself, right? And you can do this anywhere. I have this neck pain going on. Like, which side of the neck is it? Where is it located? Did it start this morning? Has it been going on for a long time? So these are things that you want to pay attention to, okay? So that's some ways that you can. And Then once you have this information, now you can join this conversation with your body's signals, the messages, the symptoms, and so one of the questions you want to ask is this a recurring feeling? Is this a recurring phenomena, right? And ask yourself, what's the message here? I wonder what's the message here. One of the ways you can find, one of the ways to dig for deeper meaning is this question: what does this remind me of? What does this feeling remind me of? What does this issue remind me of? For example, if you have a pain, right, and you ask yourself, what does this pain remind me of in my life? Remember this? You have a pain, you have a sickness, you have something going on with you, right? And these are, and there's lots more things that are going on in and around you. So you want to look at these areas and ask yourself, like, where in my life am I feeling off? Where in my life have I been feeling imbalance? Which area of my life feels painful? Where, are there issues in my relationship with my coworkers? Am I not enjoying my job? Am I, look at all the, people in your life, the situations in your life, what's going on in your life, because we never try to associate what's going on physically, health-wise. Like, suddenly you have a heart attack. I mean, it came out of the blue. No, it didn't come out of the blue. It came out of all these experiences that you've been having and that you've been ignoring, and you've been ignoring the signs, and then suddenly your body didn't decide to go crazy, like it broke out in rashes out of the blue, and I have this allergy, or whatever the symptom and whatever the illness is, right? It's not happening out of the blue. There's nothing happening out of the blue. Your body knows what to do, how to do it, when to do it. It's left on its own, it does wonderfully. It's when we subconsciously, sometimes consciously, we know we are exhausted, we know we are tired. Your body says, I'm tired. You're not getting the sleep, right? You know, and we think, oh yeah, I'm stressed, and that's normal. Yes, but it's going to take a toll on your body, right? So these are ways where you can join the conversation and start saying, okay, body, let me see, where in my life am I feeling off balance? Where are things, not happy? And you will begin to get clues, okay? And, I over the 11 years that I've been doing this work, I feel like I'm Sherlock Holmes of my body. And so I invite you to become Sherlock Holmes of your body, because it's not your car, right? You take such good care of your car, and it's going to be with you for what, 7 years, 10 years? But this vehicle is going to be with you for your life. So you want to really intimately know and have this wonderful communication with it and take care of it, because self-care is healthcare, right? So here are some ways that you can get to the clues that your body is sending. So for example, if I had a stiff neck, right, where's the clue? The neck is the clue, okay? This is the clue. It's the neck. It's not the foot. It's the neck. Aha. So what does the neck stand for? Even if you don't know about chakras, okay? What does the neck stand for? It stands for communication. Your throat stands for communication. And there is stiffness. That's a clue. Stiff. Where am I being stiff in my communication? I shared this whole, I did a whole Facebook Live on your different body parts. So if you want, go check that out. It's down somewhere. Or if you go to my YouTube channel, EFT with Shalini, then you'll see all the videos there. But every part of your body is giving you clues, and the kind of symptom is also leaving clues. So if it's stiff neck, that's a clue. That's the way your body is giving you clues. Upset stomach. Oh, I've got this upset stomach. How? I ate the wrong foods and blah, blah, blah. Yes, but there might be 10 other people who ate something, who ate the same thing. Many times people will say, oh, I had this food poisoning, but my dad ate the same food, my kids ate the same food, and I don't know why I have, this upset stomach. So again, look for clues. What is the stomach responsible for in your body? Digestion, right? And look at the word that you are using to describe your situation. If it's upset stomach, so now it's like a little bit like math, right? This plus this is equal to this. So what's been upsetting me? These guys, right? All these things that are going on around you. What's been upsetting me, right? What are the experience? I'm doing this all wrong. What are the experiences in my life that are hard to digest? What's been going on? What just happened that's been hard to digest? I better hold this better, right? Sore throat. Throat is again communication. My daughter had a sore throat, worries, tensions about the upcoming auditions. That's what's going on in her life, right? And that's the symptom. Throbbing headache. What is like this throbbing pain in your life? Maybe it's overload work, like there's like this heavy throbbing in the head, right? So what's the heaviness that you're carrying around? Where are you feeling heavy, right? So these are all clues, and you just gotta be more attentive, right? And not just see the symptom as, oh, I've got this and I know this is the cure for this, or you think it's the cure, but it's not. Leg cramp, right? So cramp gives you a clue. Where are you feeling cramped? Legs, what do legs do? They help you move forward. So where am I feeling cramped as I move forward in my life? What areas of my life are making me feel cramped? Is it the relationship? Is it my work? Is it lack of creativity? I don't know. So you want to relate your symptoms to your life situations, to what's going on in and around you, okay? Red eyes. When you think of the color red, right? Usually it's like danger and anger and fire. So red eyes could mean, not necessarily, but that's the way you're gonna start conversing with yourself, and only you know what's going on in your life. I don't. So you want to be aware. Have I been feeling angry? What am I seeing? Eyes, right? What am I seeing that is pissing me off, that's making me angry? Okay, tense shoulders. What do the shoulders do? They carry the weight, right? So weight or responsibility, and where am I feeling heaviness? I have clients with frozen shoulders, and on and on and on, different things. So these are just ways to kind of make you aware that your symptoms are not just random things that just pop out of nowhere, and just to shock you, surprise you, and say, hey, I decided to show up today. Your body's intelligent, and it's always giving you clues and saying, hey, knock knock, hello, are we in conversation? And you say, no, I don't want any conversation. I'm off to get the medicine. I'm off to have the syrup. I'm off to, and you kind of, just shut the symptom off and say, I'm not listening. I don't care. And over time, that dis-ease that you were feeling hasn't gone. Just like the Pilate teacher, she had stomach cramps, she got the surgery, And years later, it shows up again because it's never gone. You didn't deal with it. You didn't, just because you cut something, and stitch something, doesn't mean that trauma of seeing what do you call it, the person that you were staying with, that trauma hasn't gone, and it's still lodged in her cells, in her tissues, in her memory cells. And that's why it's really important that if you want to heal, and if you want healing to happen, which means become whole, because the surgery, chops something and takes it, that doesn't mean you're whole, right? Because you're still hurting. And so to be whole, to be complete, you want to see all those parts of you and heal those parts of you. And there are 3 steps to healing by listening. So first it's listening, right? That means becoming aware. And how do you become aware? You pay attention. You pay attention to the littlest symptoms, the mystery symptoms that you think, oh, what the heck is that all about? I don't know. Okay, just move on. Don't move on. Pay attention. Write it down somewhere. And I know you're very busy, but you can come back and say, hey, what was that about? Right? Because you are a conscious human being, and you want to take care of your body, and you want to take charge of your health. That's why you're listening to this. So write it down, right? And so the first step is awareness by listening. And usually what I tell people to do is do a body scan, right? In the morning, I have a morning routine where I do a body scan, like, okay, what's going on with my body right now? I'm feeling a little tightness in my neck. I'm feeling a little, stiffness in my lower back. My knees feel a little weak, and I will write it down, and I will go back to what's going on here, and tap. That's the next step. So once you're aware of what's going on, and you kind of try to get clues from the location and the type of the quality of discomfort that you're feeling, stiff neck, stomach cramp. So whatever, you try to get clues. And then what I do is, the second step is, so the first step is awareness, right? Listening. Second is releasing and letting go. And there are hundreds and thousands of ways you can release and let go. My all-time favorite tool is tapping. So if you want to know more about tapping, I'm going to post the link above, but I have a YouTube channel, EFT with Shalini. So if you go there, you'll see tons and tons of tapping videos, how to tap, tapping for anger, tapping for overwhelm, tapping for anxiety, tapping for just about anything. So awareness, listening, then releasing, right? Releasing and healing. Because when you've released and let go of that sadness, whether it was the case of the Pilate teacher with her stomach cramps, and in the yoga teacher, or my daughter, the fears and worries about, what if I can't hit the right note? What if this? What if that? So once you've addressed the root issues, which is the real cause of your dis-ease and pain and suffering, right? Then you can heal and become whole. So listening, releasing, and healing. That's the last step. So that's all about your body doesn't lie, and healing by listening to all parts to your body. And I hope you found that useful. If you took away any, if you had an aha, or if you really enjoyed some part of it, and if you have friends who you think might benefit from this, please share. And I want to ask you, and I want to invite you to tune in. Maybe right now, maybe later, tune into your body. Just take 2 minutes, okay? And be still, and just tune in and check in and ask yourself, what's going on with me right now? What is my body trying to tell me right now? What are the symptoms? Where are they located? And then once you write it down, you can go back later and tune in and check in and say, what's going on in my life, right? What's going on with me that's creating these symptoms? You can ask yourself the questions that I shared with you, and where is it, what is it, when did it start, and all of those things. And as you begin to do that and release and let go, your body is going to heal completely, not just on a superficial way, which is what medicines and all the surgeries, they are wonderful, but they don't help you heal from the roots, right? And if you haven't healed it and if you haven't released it, then it's recycling, and it's going to show up sooner or later. So I hope that's helpful. Thank you for joining me. I hope you got something out of this, and I will see you next week again, Thursday, 11 a.m. Thailand time. And until then, tune in and listen to your body. Bye, guys.